Hey, what's going on, everyone? Appreciate y'all coming here and checking out this Fallout 76 video. In this one, I'm going to be sharing with y'all one of the best builds that you can utilize in 2025 and possibly even in 2026. I don't know yet. I don't know if Bethesda has plans to change up the perk cards even more in 2026, but this is a build that you can utilize now after all of those perk card changes. So hopefully this helps you out. This is a build that I use right now. I use this all the time going through the raid, and it has done me so much justice. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to share this with the community now. This was shared to me by a master raider. He literally carries so many players through the raid. He can solo the whole raid besides the drill part. And, well, that's the same for me as well. I could solo the whole raid with this build besides the drill part because, well, we just have to need someone to protect the drill during the run, or vice versa. This build was shared to me by a guy that goes by Dinosaur. He is absolutely insane, guys, so credit to him for sharing this with me. As you can see, here's the nukes and dragons of this build. It's a free aim, heavy gun human build, and you can use this at level 200 and up. So, yeah. And what you're going to need is 10 strength, 14 perception, 10 endurance, 1 charisma, 9 intelligence, 5 agility, 7 luck. So yeah, that's that. Now I'm just going to go straight into the legendary perk cards first before getting into the build with the whole perk cards. What you're going to need is legendary endurance maxed, legendary strength maxed, legendary intelligence maxed, legendary agility maxed, and legendary charisma maxed. And having funky duds on is just a bonus because it just helps with the snake boss fight and certain parts in the raid. This is a build that you can use that will get you through the raid easily. Now keep in mind, you can do some minor adjustments here, like for example, if you don't have a 5-star legendary charisma, 5-star luck or something, you could switch it out where instead of having 1 charisma, you can just make this straight up 6 and then make luck at 2 if you have a 5-star luck legendary perk card instead of a 5-star charisma legendary perk card. Hope that makes sense. You can make some adjustments to make this work in case you don't have the exact legendary perk cards maxed that I have. But getting them maxed out, once again, this build could be done a little above level 200 if you just dismantle your perk cards and get those perk coins to get the legendary perk cards leveled up. Now let's get into the perk cards. Okay, for strength, we have Bringing the Big Guns, Bullet Storm, Lock and Load, Blocker, Arms Keeper, and Tightly Wound. Keep in mind you can substitute Tightly Wound with Easy Target if you want to do that, or you can get rid of Arms Keeper for Easy Target. You could switch up this a little bit. Easy Target is also a great perk card to have with this build. Anyways, as for perception, we got Number Cruncher, Tormentor, Tank Killer, Center Masochist, Fast Fighter, Refractor. Moving on to endurance, we got Life Giver, Ironclad at level 2, Iron Stomach, Natural Resistance, Thirst Quencher, Bullet Shield at level 2, Fireproof, Starched Jeans, and Rejuvenated. So that's the endurance. For charisma, we got Strange in Numbers, Suppressor, and Tenderizer. Intelligence, we got First Aid, Field Surgeon, Stabilized, Demolition Expert, Science. This is a freaking amazing perk card after the changes. Batteries included, and Good with Salt. If you like to use food for your buffs, this is a great perk card to have. Carrying on here. For agility, we got Gunslinger, Gunslinger Expert, Gorilla Expert, and Gorilla Master. And lastly, for luck, we got One Gun Army, Ricochet, and Class Freak. So there you have it. Those are all the perk cards that I definitely suggest to try out. Once again, I have done the raid countless of times now with this build, and I am able to get through every boss fight without much help from anyone with this build. Just letting you know, I have taken multiple people through the raid, and this build has worked wonders. Keep in mind, I will also be showing you a VAT style build as well in the future. This is a non-VATS build for human, just because non-VATS are just easier to maintain for a lot of players, and I feel like this will be a more friendly build for everyone to utilize easily, and it works just fine. I'm telling you all right now, you'll be able to get through once again the raid easily down here. This is the hardest thing you could take on right now in the game, and this build will get you through it. If you don't believe me, just tune into some of my live streams over on my Twitch. I literally use this build to take loads of players through the raid to help level them up and get good gear. Which, by the way, if you are interested in that, I once again suggest you tuning in to my Twitch and maybe give it a follow, and heck, if you're feeling generous enough, subscribe as well. A link to it will be down below in the description. I live stream pretty often over there. Anyways, carrying on here though, now let's get into the weaponry. What I like to use is the Gauss minigun. This is currently being sold right now from Minerva, but of course more than likely won't be if you are watching this in the far future. But what I'm getting at here is you don't technically have to have Raider reputation maxed out to get this Gauss minigun. That's how you also get it. If you max out your Raider reputation, you can purchase this from Mortimer over at the Crater. But those are the only two ways to get this weapon. You can't get this from other players with a trade. So you can either get this from Minerva or get your Raider's reputation maxed to get your hands on this. And the legendary effects I have on this is Furious, Crippling, Swift, and a 4-star legendary effect called Pinpointers, which you get the 4-star legendary effects from the raids. Keep that in mind. So you don't necessarily need this Pinpointers. Once you get this build made, just start doing the raid, and eventually you will come across getting this 4-star legendary effect that you can plop on your weapon to make you even more powerful. This isn't a necessity. That's what I'm trying to get at. So this does some serious damage with all the changes lately. Like, this is, it's insane how much damage this can deal out. Also, for the modifications I have on it, I got the Pentabarrel and the Tesla Coil Capacitor. Those are some great modifications as well to get your hands on. Those can be sold once again from Minerva, or you can get them from Mortimer if you max your Raider reputation. Anyways, this next one is the Pepper Shaker. The good news is you can trade other players to get your hands on this, and more than likely you know someone that can craft you this weapon. And once you get it crafted, you can, you know, put the legendary effects on it. And heck, maybe they even have the modifications they could add on this weapon for you. You get this weapon from Graham's Meat Cook limited time event that comes around every now and then. But a lot of players have gotten their hands on this weapon plan to craft it. So yeah, just ask around, and more than likely you will run into someone or already know someone that has this and is willing to give you it or trade for it. But yeah, the legendary effects I have on this Pepper Shaker is Quad, Rapid, Lightweight, Pinpointers once again. So the Quad gives me extra ammo capacity, 25% weapon speed, negative 9% weight reduction, and plus 20% damage to weak points, which that's the Pinpointers 4-star legendary effect. Anyways, as for the modifications I have on it, I got Hex Barrel, Plasma Magazine, and Gunner Sight. So yeah, those modifications with the Pepper Shaker are freaking insane. Keep that in mind. Definitely try to apply those if you are able. Makes you dish out even more damage. So yeah, those are the weapons I suggest with this build. Now let's get into the armor. This is a power armor build. Keep in mind you don't have to be using what I'm using, because this power armor only comes from the raid and you have to complete the raid quite a bit to get the full set. This is the Vulcan power armor set with the jetpack. But yeah, once again, you don't have to be using this power armor specifically to utilize this build. I do suggest though these perks: Overeaters, Intelligence, Through Hikers, and the 4-star legendary Rangers. Those are the legendary effects I do suggest to put on your power armor, whether it's a T60 or whatever you're using. Put Overeaters, Intelligence, and Through Hikers, as well as Rangers, on all of your pieces. That's what I'm rocking. You see, for proof, that's all I'm using. The reason why I suggest that, first off, Overeaters makes it so you increase your damage reduction up to 6% as you fill your hunger and thirst meters. So you get more damage reduction, so you can tank more damage. The intelligence boost, the reason why I suggest that is because that science perk card that I was talking to you guys about when I was going over the perks. This one, increase energy damage based on your intelligence. This will make it so your Pepper Shaker or your Gauss minigun will do more damage. So the higher your intelligence, the more damage you're going to be dishing out. That's the reason why I suggest getting intelligence effect on your power armor as well. And for Through Hikers, the reason why I suggest that, this just gives you more carry weight. So food, drink, and chem weights are reduced by 20. And if you put it on all of your armor, of course, they're going to be weighing way less, and this will free up some perk cards for you, so you don't have to use like traveling pharmacy and stuff like that to get more carry weight. anyways, the reason why I suggest Rangers is because this makes it so ranged weapons deal plus 5% bonus damage and up to 25% on full stack. And this is a non-VATS build, so you're just going to be drilling the enemy, just shooting at them. And keep in mind, each of these effects stack. So if you have Rangers on all your armor pieces, of course you're going to be dealing more damage. If you have Overeaters on all of your armor pieces, you're going to be able to tank more, rather than just having Overeaters on 1 or 2 armor pieces. If you have it on all of your armor pieces, you know, you get more damage reduction. Keep that in mind. And Rangers isn't like a necessity. Once again, it's just something that will benefit you more. You can go through the raid without the Rangers legendary effect, and that is how you get the Rangers legendary effect, by the way. You get it from just doing the raid over and over, and eventually you'll get the legendary mod. You may know someone that has Rangers that would be willing to trade with you, or any of these effects that I'm covering. Anyways, now let's get into the mutations. I almost forgot. So let's go down here to mutations. Here's what I'm using. I have Adrenal Reaction, Bird Bones, Carnivore, Chameleon, Eagle Eyes, Egghead, Electrically Charged, Erd Mentality, Marsupial, Speed Demon, and Unstable Isotope. You don't have to have Carnivore if you don't want. Keep that in mind. I just use Carnivore for certain food stacks and stuff like that to get more benefits out of it. If you're an herbivore, there's still beneficial food that you can eat with herbivore 2 to stack as well. Or you can just not mutate at all for carnivore and herbivore and get, you know, both benefits. Just keep in mind, carnivore will double up your meats and herbivore will double up your plant food. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty obvious. Just throwing that out there. That's not a must mutation. Just keep that in mind. Anyways, so yeah, that is the build. And as you can see, here's some more gameplay of me utilizing the build that I just showed you. I'm live here on Twitch, and this is the same build, once again, that I just showed you. And it gets the job done with every part of the raid. I highly suggest this one if you are trying to get through the raid. This is one of the best non-VATS power armor heavy gun build out there for humans that I suggest anyways for you to utilize. Once again, this was shared to me by a master raider. He goes through the raid so much, like back to back to back to back to back, and this is a build that he utilized with his human build, and it got the job done. And now I'm passing it along more to other people to utilize. Once again, he goes by Dinosaur, who showed me. He has like a 5,000 level something character on PC, and let's just say what he does mainly is raids, and I'm sharing with y'all a build that will get you through the raid or get you through anything difficult as well in the game. Of course, if you can take on the raid, you can take on any of the other bosses that appear out in the wasteland. But yeah, I guess that's wrapping up this video. Just wanted to share this with y'all. I don't really expect this to get that many views, honestly, but I feel like this will genuinely help the community out for those of you looking for builds, especially after all those perk card changes. I'm out of here though, everyone. As always, most importantly, appreciate y'all taking the time watching and listening. Until next time, guys, peace.